How much does some show like, let's say, Coldplay cost? The biggest stadium you did, Narendra Modi Stadium. Just give me an approximate cost. You can't give me an exact cost.
I don't remember, but I don't think it will be less than 30-40 crores. Can't be less than that.
Just a setup. And just then there's the artist fee.
Then artists, because see what happens is over there, you have permissions, you have security, you have local law enforcement. You've got to pay for local law enforcement because they're coming from different parts of the state. There's cost of goods sold. There's merchandise, there's food, wastage. There's security, barricading, infrastructure, setup, transport, travel boarding, lodging, internal transport. Now, in the case of this show, ground cover. Now, there was only enough material which we own to cover one stadium. The second stadium did not have the material. Like, we needed drivables and ground cover. So I called my friends in Israel, and some of the material was lying in Georgia. We did a transshipment of half the material from Haifa port in Israel because of the situation there. They were not using it. They're great friends of mine. Half the material came from Israel. Half the material went from Georgia by road, and then it went transshipment to Greece. And from Greece, it came to Bombay. So 2 shipments have come from there to be able to do the second show. Material has come from Southeast Asia on some materials for the staging and delay towers. Some of the delay towers we own. So it was a global supply chain which had to arrive at a certain point, get cleared, transported internally. So therefore the costs went up. Because see, if it was a show where we could reach in 4 hours to the next city, but we had to have concurrent setups. Because if we were doing 3 shows in Bombay and 2 shows there was a concurrent setup. So costs go up. In some cases, when you're traveling and you're doing, like in the case of Ed Sheeran, we had 2 stage. So we would do 1 stage in Pune. The second stage was being set up in Hyderabad. So the Pune stage would then jump to Chennai. And the Hyderabad stage would then jump to Bangalore. And then that stage would go. But then the stage that we used between Bhutan and Shillong, it could not be a part of this rig. Because the time taken to go to Bhutan and unrig that stage, we could not make the Delhi show. So normally you would have 2 stages which would jump. In this case, we had 3 stages because Shillong and Bhutan were sharing 1 stage because Shillong was the second last show in the run and Bhutan was the first show. So we could share that stage. So there's too many complications. There's, like I said, there's no straight answer.
थैंक यू सो मच ये क्लिप एंड तक देखने के लिए. अगर आपको और भी ऐसी क्लिप्स देखनी है तो राज शमानी क्लिप्स चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए.